Of these three people will be the next superintendent of Columbus City Schools. The district announcing the short list Thursday night, narrowing it down from a field of 6 candidates announced Monday.
Since then, NBC4 Investigates Jamie Ostroff has been trying to get her hands on the candidates' job applications, which are considered to be public record under Ohio's sunshine laws. But Jamie, you still do not have those public records. Why?
Because Columbus City Schools says they do not have those records, believe it or not. When I asked for the records, Columbus City Schools says they don't possess them and they can't give me what they don't have. So, in fact, the records aren't even in the state of Ohio. When the city of Columbus was searching for a new chief of police in 2021, the city provided the applications of its top contenders when I asked for them. So when Columbus City Schools announced its finalists for superintendent, I made the same public records request. There are no records responsive to your inquiry, the district wrote back this week. I asked how that was possible, and they referred me to their lawyer at Taft Law, a firm that's so far been paid nearly $42,000 to help the district with its search. They didn't have the applications either. The records have remained in the possession of Ray & Associates, Inc. at all times, the district's lawyer told me. Ray & Associates is an academic search firm in Iowa. They were hired by Taft Law, which claims the records are confidential under attorney-client privilege.
I don't find that particularly convincing.
Capital University professor Susan Gillis has represented journalists seeking public records. I showed her my emails with Taft Law. She says Taft's answers seem to be making two arguments.
That just because the school district hired a law firm and then they hired another private entity, so you have two levels of private entity, that somehow makes it not a public record.
But Gillis explains that if a private entity is performing a function of a public office, the records are public.
So I don't think it matters if you hire them 1 layer deep or 2 layers deep, as long as they're performing the function that the school district was perform, those resumes and applications should be public records.
The second argument hinges on 2 words.
Kept by.
If the records are never kept by a public office or its agent, they're not public. Gillis points to this 2003 case against Cincinnati schools.
The school district invited the applicants to come, and the applicants brought their papers with them, showed them to the school board during executive session, and then the school board said, if you leave them, they're public records. But if you take them back, we've never had them, so they're not public records because they're not kept by us.
The Ohio Supreme Court ruled in favor of Cincinnati schools, which was represented by Taft Law. Now, this situation is different, Gillis says, because the candidates did submit applications to the Iowa firm. Columbus City Schools does have links to bios for each of the 3 finalists on its website detailing their accomplishments, though it is not clear who wrote those bios. I asked Columbus City Schools why it was taking steps to keep those job applications confidential, and I am still waiting for an answer.